Hello there, good afternoon, welcome. I'm Wormslayer2146. It is Thursday, the 25th of May, 2023, and I wasn't entirely sure what we would play today. I had a big old list and that usual problem of staring at 100 games I should play or could play, and none of them really feeling like exactly what I want to do in a day, but we're going to play some Shapez. We've mentioned it in a couple times, I think, in recent weeks. It's a factory game, so with the amount of Factorio I play, it makes sense that I enjoy it a bit. I've been doing some of the puzzle part of it. I think it's a DLC or something like that, and that, you know, it's a different experience, but it's kind of fun solving those kind of spatial puzzles. The actual main game itself, I don't remember ever finishing it or reaching that far into it. So why don't we give it a go? You know, we'll just play the main game. It kind of teaches you all the factory elements step by step, so you manipulate shapes into different shapes or different coloured shapes, and then they get progressively more complex and your production chains grow in the usual factory game fashion. So like I say, I ought to have a lot of fun with it. Let's hop in and yeah, we'll just start a new game and go from there. So we have basic stuff. There's a box in the middle of the map, and it's a pretty big map here with lots of different shapes and colours all over it available for us to mine up. But there's a box in the middle that's asking for things, and we deliver those things to progress. There's like a quest one that will unlock different things and move us forward in levels, and there's also a research tab, and supplying these shapes in these quantities will upgrade the speed of various elements of the base. So initially it's pretty simple. They just want some circles. So we have an extractor that makes circles and a belt that can feed them into the box, and that's kind of job done to begin with. I happen to know from our research tab we're going to also want some squares and some pointy stars, so considering they're here we might as well get some of them plugged in as well. Have we got any pointy stars nearby? Ah, well. Level 1 complete. We got them circles supplied. And we unlocked the cutter. Cuts shapes in half from top to bottom. And yeah, you need to do something with both halves. So if we have, let's grab a new circle and we just cut it. We'll end up with a right half and a left half. And if we just take the left halves away, they'll stop because the right halves aren't moving. So we've also unlocked a bin to get rid of what we don't want, if there's anything we don't want. It's kind of irrelevant. You can just feed stuff in. Like, it wants left halves, but we can give it right halves as well, and it won't do anything with them. It's not really an issue. We need left halves for progression, but we've given enough circles to upgrade our belts, distributor and tunnels to move faster, so let's do that. They want bottom halves, which we can't do yet because we can't rotate. Fine. We'll do some left halves then, I guess. Left half is that one. And for now, because we have we can't combine our belts yet until we unlock that, so to save space I am going to bin off the right halves. And we'll make more later if we end up needing right halves still. Did want to look nearby for spiky stars. There we go. Let's get some of them flowing as well. Unlike Factorio, all of these base elements are free, and I can just build whatever I want and tear it apart pretty easily and rebuild and everything. It's pretty nice to not have to worry about anything like that. Unlock level 3. This gives us balancer. Good. That will let us shrink down some things, so you can combine all that. Oops. Push all of those. So the extractor, it tells you it's working at a 0.4 items per second speed. And our belt can carry 3 items per second, so not quite balanced right. But pretty soon we'll upgrade something else and the numbers will change, so I'm kind of fine with that. I mean, we're upgrading our extractors to be faster. So we're now extracting at 0.6 items a second. 5 of them will be 3 items per second, which is the speed of a belt. So we can combine 5 miners into 1 belt, which we have there. Makes a lot of this irrelevant now. Just combine all them together into 1 line. We won't need any of that. It'll give us a big belt of pointy stars. Nice. Do the same with some of these circles. Condense stuff down, might as well. Keep it tidy as we go, you know what I'm like, I need a tidiness. Neatness, even where unnecessary. Combine these as well. Okay, good. What do we want now? Right half of squares. Can't efficiently do either of those until we can rotate. But we can do... no, we need to rotate to be able to do top section. To do quarters. So pointy star is flying, we can't colour yet, so right half of squares is the only real other thing. Some extra squares here, let's get them cut. We want right halves, get rid of them. Combine these somehow. Similar structures to what we would have been doing in Factorio with the splitters, the belt. There's underground that we'll unlock later, and the way we move things and bring it together. Some of the designs will look quite similar, but a lot of it's kind of irrelevant, you know. Don't need to do belt balancing, we don't need to worry about inserters and stuff like that. Their right halves are flowing, we could do some more. Get another one of these. Another 2 of them will fit on the belt, won't it? Should do. That's a right half, so that's a right half. There are squares, circles, left half of circles. Is that even... I mean, no one's asking for it at the moment. Doesn't mean that they won't soon. But I think they won't soon. We will want them rotated soon, though, so we'll keep it going. There's rotator, good. So if we want... we want bottom halves for this upgrade. We want top halves for the mission. Interesting. Kind of want both. Let's get another 2 of these. Although we could take both, can't we? If we just cut all this back a second. We rotate both of them. We don't have underground though, so I can't do this neatly. But we can, there's no reason not to like mix a belt. We can take 5 of these together. Belt's got tops and it's got bottoms, but they're all going into the machine, it doesn't really matter. We can afford... I've got enough pointy to increase the speed of cutting, rotating and stacking. Okay. Sure. I haven't really paid much attention to the speed of all the elements, so it's close enough at this point, and each upgrade we're doing is so significantly faster that it doesn't really make sense to get your balances perfect. Because you've got, like, we're mining at 0.6 items a second, but we're cutting at 0.75 items a second. So we could feed more into each cutter. Then we're rotating at 3 items a second, so we don't need to put that many down. But they're free, so why not? Just get it kind of close. You know, these belts look pretty solid, even if they're not, with all those shapes coming in. Anything else? We can make top right circle quarters. Can be done. Got more circles nearby. Maybe these ones. So we take out, cut. We've unlocked the tunnel. Okay. Cool. It's like just the underground belts. You can go under other things and not clash. Rotate each. And then cut again. It might make sense to rotate again. What do we get? Send that under with a tunnel. And we've got every quarter. We want top rights for both the mission and the upgrade here. So none of those are top rights at the moment. That needs rotating. It's going clockwise, so 3 times. Same there, but I need to tell you what. They're actually the same, aren't they, the way they've come out? So those two are the same, and move that back one. There's them, and there's them. They need rotating 3 times, and they need rotating twice. We end up with the same thing, other than at the front. Yep, good. They can be combined. But what have we got here? So we're mining at 0.6 items per second. When you put it in the cutter, it splits that, so you get 1.2 items in total. 0.6 on this line and 0.6 on that line. Then we're cutting them again. So we're actually doing 2.4 items per second from this process. And the belt could carry a little bit more than that, but there's not much point in doing it again because it can't carry that much more. Let's take that and feed it in there. There's some top right quarters. We're feeding in tops and bottoms. We can upgrade our belt speed now, sure. We no longer need top half circles, because that was just for a mission and we only want bottoms. So down here, what do we want to do? Kind of redo it, I guess. We want only the bottom halves, so the other ones can be rotated twice. Then everything can be combined as it was before. There, that one out, and that one out. So now they should just be outputting bottom halves. Everything else gets turned around. Looks fine. Some of it not flowing particularly fast. Should be. What's the limiter? I think is the extractor at 0.6 a second, and we're feeding the equivalent of 5. So cut in half there and half there. I don't know. It's fine. I mean, it's feeding the machine. That's all that really matters. That I really care about at the moment. Not sure if we even need... Oh, we still need... Oh yeah, all the basics. Circle, square and pointy star. Keep them flowing. We could add more because there's space on the belt, but, you know, it's fast enough. Oh, there is level 6 complete. So now we can paint. Which is like it's a factory element that has a side input where you feed a dye, so you mine up a colour and feed that in the side, and then the shape in the bottom, and it comes out the top coloured in. We want red circles. We can't make purple yet because that requires combining 2 dyes, unless... I know the further out you go, the more complicated the shapes get, but I don't think you ever get combined colours. So like all the way down here, you're getting funky shapes rather than plain ones, but the colours are still the 3 basic. So we can't combine to make purple yet, but we can make blue right half squares. Interesting. We're making right half squares already, but we still need the uncoloured ones for that. So I guess we want another source, or we could tidy this up a bit, because we're binning stuff here at the moment. Let's do that. Clear it all down. So yeah, we want 5 extractors. We want the right halves, so they're getting turned. 5 of those outputs. Should all be right halves, yeah. We're going to take them uncoloured. Then the other 5 outputs we're going to colour in. Let me just move that. Right halves, so we want to rotate them. Bring that together. So there's a line of... It's not the 4 items a second that the belt could take. We're only extracting... So it's 3 items a second. Or it might be changing. What have we upgraded? Cutting, rotating, and stacking. Upgraded. Oh, we can't make multicoloured jellyfish yet. That will have to be a future task. We'll keep going with the blue ones though. Although, the blue ones are going to upgrade our mixing and painting speed. So, if we plan for the current painting speed, it's actually about to change. Doesn't really matter. We've got 3 items a second there. Painter is doing 1/3 of an item per second. So we would need 9 painters to do everything, sure. I'll leave a gap, a vague idea of the layout. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's 9. Split the shapes into the bottom of them all. Which is not, as we've seen in Factorio numerous times, it's not an even distribution. Half of everything is pushed into the first machine, but because that backs up, it'll reach all the machines eventually. It's probably not the most efficient way of doing it, but it's space efficient. We then need some blue, some down here. We're going to need the same amount, so because of how we're splitting it, 5. Can I get 5 like that? Bring that along. Let's look at this. What have we got? Extractors are going faster. Okay. Kind of changes things. So extractors are now doing 0.8 items a second, which means the 5 outputs are doing the full 4 from the belt. So we'd need to add another 3 painters if we want to do them all. And have to, but why not? Move along as well, and then we want to split it and go under, and then keep doing that the whole way down. Except the last one. The output of all this as well. Where are we heading? Let's take it this way. This should get us a belt full of blue square right halves. Bring them in next to their friends. There we go. There's a few left halves creeping in there. This one needs rotating. There we go. That's better. That'll work its way through. So that's for that. We're supplying all of them, and them. I mean, the number required goes up and up, and up, so we might not be doing enough, but for now it's okay. Next mission is red circles. Simple enough. Don't want to interfere with what we got there though, so we find another... Oh, here we got red and circles next to each other. Together. Somehow. There. Everything's combined there. Yeah, so there's a line. Same number, I guess, 12 painters till we upgrade them. We're going to run out of space. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's fine, we'll move that line out of the way. Go into that one instead. Done that back to front. There we go. Same deal again then, same design. Get the circles in, get the red in the side. The red circles out the end. The magical factory. And there, and then the one's not needed. It's going into the box. There it is. That is the bit for the die. Those inputs, so that one's not needed. It's the last one. The die in there. And then, yep, just need to go under. Keep it feeding all the way down. Unlocked another upgrade. There we go. What have we got? The mixing and painting. Cool. So the painters are now doing half an item a second, so this could handle 6 items a second. I'm not going to fiddle with it. It's like, if we upgrade our extractors again and then the belt again, then we might happen to do that. But, you know, for now it's making 4 red circles a second, and that'll do. It's something. At some point we'll want to move, like, this plain square extraction out of the way, so we can get enough belts fed into the box, but we'll be fine for a while. We could reduce the number of bottom half circles. We've made quite a few more than we need at the moment. I'm not sure if at some point it stops asking for the plain ones. It might, like, kind of cycle off as we unlock more requests from it. Then we can get rid of them at that point and save the space as well. For now it's fine. Everything's coming out in high volume. Could fit a few more quarter circles, apparently, which we knew. Actually, we've upgraded the belt to 4 items a second now, so it vaguely makes sense to do this process again, unless we're about to unlock some tool that makes it neater, which we might be, actually. Just waiting for the extra 50 red circles to go in. We'll see what we get. I mean, can it... does it tell us? No. It might somewhere. What we're about to unlock. Here we go. A variant of the rotator that goes the other way, and also the colour mixer at the same time. 2 levels at once. Don't know how I did that. But sure. So colour mixer will make us, let us make a purple by combining blue and red, and yellow from green and red, and cyan from blue and green, and white from all 3 together as well is another thing. So there's a few more things we can do now. A whole bunch, really. I did want to just tidy this up over here. Do we still need... Yes, we do. So instead of... I mean, let's start again. Instead of rotating 3 times clockwise, we can now rotate once counterclockwise. So we can tidy this up a bit. We're just going to use 2 extractors and everything that comes out of them. So cut them. Rotate. Try and be smart about this. We want the top right. Yeah. So rotate that clockwise, which means that counterclockwise. alternate them. Yep. Is that throttling tool? So that's 0.8. And the cutting is 1 item a second, so that's fine. And the rotating is 4, so that's fine. We could combine them or whatever. There's no real point? Nah. So we want 4 more cutters now. There, and there. Sure. Half of these will already be top rights. The other half need rotating clockwise. That one. That one. They can be combined because what are each of those? So it's 0.8 going in. So that line is 0.8. So that line is 0.8. So that's 1.6 in that combined. And if we combine them, that's 3.2. Interesting. It's a bit of a mess. Not quite what I was expecting. It's 0.8. So them combined is 1.6. So all of that is 3.2. Plus the other 1.6 in there is like 5. Yeah, so it's more than 1 belt's worth. There's no need to take the last one. Oh, but we need to keep it flowing. Therefore, just feed it in. And I mean, I could feed a second belt from here and it'd be partial, but I just wanted like 1 crown full belt of them, and that's good enough for that. What else do we need? Purple circles will progress us, so let's work on cyan stars first. Gonna need more stars. We're using a lot of the right hand edge, so I'd rather take them from the left if we could. But we also need to make cyan up here. Let's try. 5 extractors of each thing. Bring them together. Can I go there? Does that... No, it can't. It needs to feed into that mixer, I think. That's fine, there's that. I'll make that shorter, can't we? That there. Slightly shorter. And then the colour mixing is 0.6 items per second. So if we've got 4 items a second coming out, how many 0.6 is going for? Calculator time. So we need 7 machines. It's 6 2/3, so we need 7 machines to do it. Somewhere around here. We get them in, so leave a little gap there. Feed into that edge. And then blue's going to come under. This side. I don't need the first one. Then we can just cyan dye, which is what we're after. Yeah, good. Didn't get that wrong. 5 drills on there. Extractors, if you want to call them the right thing. And if we're extracting 4 per second, and our painters now do half, we need 8 painters to do this. That's to feed this star in. And the colour's going to go in down here, so we need to split up. except at the end. Undergrounds. And a little bit of belt to push it in. We can see coming out the end of the machine some cyan pointy stars. I want to take somewhere. Where are we? Here we go. Bit of a roundabout ways now. Can tidy up when we can tidy up, it's fine. It's, yeah, inherently messy game. You just can't make it super duper neat all the time, and that's why it's good that it's just free to build everything, you know. You can sort it out. Good. That progresses that. Multicolored jellyfish is a bit soon, but we can do it. We're capable. No, we're not. We need the last missing tool. So how I would do that is get a green circle and a blue pointy star, cut them, and then you fuse them together, and we don't have the fusing tool yet. Likewise, the red, I don't know what you want to call this. These are like trapeziums. So that's a trapezium star. If you're lucky, you get a patch of them, and we can just dye them red. But I don't think we've got one nearby. I don't see one. Although my eyes are that good. What we do have is a half and half. So what we'll want to do is cut off the squares from here, get rid of them, or use them for something else. Use the trapeziums, fuse them together, dye them red, or vice versa. So to do that, we'd need the fusing tool. So that'll wait. Got them, so it's purple circles, I guess, is the thing to do now. Do we still need red circles? We do not. So we can change our red circles to be purple. Where are they? Up here. If we change this red, is there a blue nearby? Near enough. Bring them together. Bring it down and over here. And we'll redirect that, but it's the same deal, I guess. The numbers are different here, aren't they? For some reason. Also appears to be broken somewhere. And there's just not enough red dye to feed all the machines. Fine. We want it to end up like this. 8 machines, so there's too many here. It'll be going. Remove all that. Everything else stays the same with 7 colour mixers. How many space do I need? Eventually you can blueprint and you can copy paste and you can do that, but you need to unlock it. So at the moment, I just have to remake this. So yeah, the splitter goes one away. That's there. That's there. And we need to bring the red over somehow, anyhow. It's going to feed under there. Grab the purple. I guess we bring it together this way. Only that one. Other way. Send it under there, and there we go. Hey Mondo, nice to see you. Hope you're doing well. Having a good day. Tasty shapes. You think? There is one of the puzzles that I did where the shape you had to make was like a pizza slice So you had to make the circular dough, put the red sauce on it, put the yellow cheese on top. So the shapes can look tasty, I guess. At the moment a bit, I don't know, bland maybe? Colourful, gradually. I was thinking playing yourself after I remembered you have it on Epic somehow. Interesting. There's like a browser-based version as well. I think there's like a free one, but also now if you log into the browser-based one through your Steam or Epic accounts, you can just play in browser. It's not a complicated game, I guess. Not a technically complicated game. Seems fine. Purple circles are going in. We don't have a full belt of purple circles. Why not? We should do. Belt carries 4. Extractors are extracting 4 of everything. Certainly looks like it, yeah. Colour mixing doesn't seem to be going full speed. This end looks good. Looks solid. And then the circles are solid, so... I don't know. It's a minor issue, it's only down the end. Oh, and now the gap's disappeared. Okay. Ah, it's fine then. Might give it a try. It's nice, I think, isn't it? I don't know. The game's pretty chill. I've never gone that far in it, I was saying, and I don't really know why not. I guess not. Nothing wrong to it. And the puzzle... I don't know if it's a paid DLC or a free DLC, but the puzzle bit's kind of fun. It's a bit like that cat game, or the dog game. Organising things within a limited space. Or some of them are. Some of the puzzles are just really bad, but most of them are. You just got to put the right tool in the right spot and slot everything together. So I found that kind of fun as well, a little bit. We're missing. We're making all of these, right? We just need a lot of them. Purple circle, cyan star. We could try and make... No, we can't make the jellyfish yet. Unless we can find a trapezium star pre-made. Doesn't look like it. The further out, the more weird the shapes get, like combined pieces, so it's less likely to get the star of 4 of the same thing. So I don't think that's going to happen. The jellyfish exist, as is, so they're like we're just going to cut them, dye the 2 parts and put them back together, I guess. And here is the stacker, the tool for combining. So we can... It wants us to make jellyfish now, okay. The other one is red thingies. So there's one there. There's also one over here I thought I saw. Yeah, down there. And some red near this. Let's go with that. And the red up. So because we're going to bin off the square bits, we need all 5 extractors, I guess. Let's combine them. Oh, we got... When did we unlock the compact mergers? Did I just skip over that? I might have just skipped over that. Didn't notice. But they're very helpful for... You're just squishing down the amount of space your merging takes. Can do that a lot neater now. Do that down here too. Okay. They want cutting, so we're extracting 4 per second. Cutter does 1, so we need 4 cutters. Can we use the compact? No, this is the compact merging. We need a compact splitter to do that. What I've got in mind. So we need to use the old balancer type. Feed them in. What have we upgraded? Belts are going to go faster. Okay. And they next want a yellow circle on a red pointy star. We'll come back to that. The shapes do get more complicated. Bin off the square ends. So because we're being off half, we've still got 4 items per second coming out here. They could be rejoined. Just for clarity, maybe. Then, and we can dye them now. We can dye then fuse, or fuse then dye, doesn't really matter. If we fuse then dye, it'll take fewer colouring machines. Maybe. Well, it will, yeah. Which is interesting. We might need to extract more. We probably will. So, we want to combine these. That's happening at half an item a second, so we're going to need 8 stackers. Is it half an item out per second? See, this is what confuses me a little. With the cutter, speed is 1 item a second. It's 1 item in per second. So you have 2 items out per second. With the stacker, it's half an item. But is that half an item out after they're combined, or half an item in? Which would mean 2 half items in per second. Considering what we've got here. Because that's... See, that changes it, doesn't it? Also, I've done that a bit silly. Need to rotate one of them first through 180 degrees. Like that. Yeah, that makes the shape we're after. From the speed of it, that seemed to be half an item out per second, if I had to guess. 1, 2, yeah, okay. Which means it's pulling from this source down here, it's pulling 1 item per second, because it's got 2 lines of it. So it's actually only 4 that we can do with this supply. I think. Because we're combining the same line into itself rather than 2 separate lines, it's a bit different, a bit weirder. But, you know, this should be good. Should make the 4 items coming out, which we can do more compactly. There we go. Not 100% sure of that. It doesn't make sense. Because we're binning off half of what we're extracting. We're extracting 4 items a second, so it's not enough. 4 items. This is reducing that into less, right? It's confusing. When we cut here, we're getting... So if we're putting in 4 items across 4 cutters, then we get half of it out. So this belt is not carrying 4, it's carrying 2. So yes, we want to double that up. Means we need to extract twice as much, but we can't fit that on the input belt. Okay. So the first 4 are fed like they were, and the next one's fed different. Can't get in there easily, we need to leave a little gap. Then we can join it up afterwards, right? So it's 2 belts go in, they're cut, half of everything is binned, which will create 1 belt coming out, I believe. That's 8 there, so it's 4 here, fusing at half. So now we do add the extra 4, but they can be supplied from the single belt, I think. That should be 4 items per second of the shape that we're after. Now we need to do 8 colouring, whatever you want to call them, somewhere, somehow. Let's start them over here. What's that upgrade going to break? Our extractors are being upgraded. Okay. So they're now extracting 1.2 items per second. The belt carries 6 already. So everywhere where we've mined up 5, we've now upgraded to the point where it's 6 on the belt. So all of these numbers are wrong now. But we're just going to carry on with what we've got. And the next thing we build, we can try and get the numbers right on. And ultimately this will get rebuilt or torn down or something at some point in the game, I'm sure. Can correct it at a later point. Yeah, there's the shape fed in. Wrong one. Well, that one's going under. Bring that red dye over this way instead. The outputs, where are they going? Up that way. And I just get one neat line from here, maybe. There we go. That'll do. Bit of a long one. That's fine if I've got that right. Doesn't look like I have. I've missed a few bits of belt. That won't have helped. Put the rotators on the wrong side. I think. Some will come out funny because I got it wrong. And there we go. There's the good shape. Better. Okay. Are they all running? Inputs aren't in all of them. This looks correct. That belt looks full. First machine isn't backing up. That's feeding the wrong way. There we go. Maybe? Maybe the math isn't how I've just calculated it. Does look weird. That the stacker might be out. No, inputting. Slower. No, I think it's right. Pretty sure it's right. This is backing up. Shouldn't be. Especially as the belt is capable of 6 items a second. The input here is 6 items a second. Each cutter's doing 1 item per second in. There's half a thought. That's fine. So that's 8 items in, which is 4 items out. And that's what we planned on. I might be missing something, but I believe I've done the math right, and this belt... Oh, it won't be full because the belt carries 6 items now. That's fine. That is still 4 items a second, it just won't look full. And that is the right number of machines to die that, though they don't seem to be being fed consistently. It doesn't matter. There's some red trapezium star things. They're being fed in. We need 3.8 thousand of them to progress, but, you know, they're ticking in. That's all that matters, really. We can do those other shapes, but I'm inclined to get our jellyfish moving. They are the progression one. So if we find jellyfish shape, we can just mine up ready near some green and some blue dye. It would be nice. And if you could feed into the left side of the hub, that would be good too. Not terribly important, but still. There's a jellyfish. Sure that is the official name as well. It looked like a jellyfish to me. And there's blue and green here. That's fine. Okay. Extract 5 of them. Let's do the other way around. Like that. Combine them heading down, I think is best. So there is 6 jellyfish per second. A cutter works at 1 item per second, so we want 6 cutters. This time we're taking both outputs, but they're going different ways. Which is a little awkward. How do we do that? Bring them all forward 1. And combine them in a compact fashion of some sort. Head down again. Send these under. Oops. And combine them there. I want to send them up, I guess, to spread them out. Yeah, let's try that. Oh. Wrong, but cool. We need to rotate it before we cut it, because it always cuts top to bottom. Rotate it as 4 items a second at the moment. Are we gonna... We need to make the jellyfish to upgrade that. So there's 6 items coming out of here. We're going to split it. Haven't left enough space. Can go there. This balancer goes 12 items a second, so if we do that, it should all flow fine, and we just rotate either way there. Although ultimately we want jellyfish stingers at the bottom. What's... hello? I'm confused. Oh, they turn a corner before they go in, and then it... Oh, that's... Right, because I've got the... Am I confused? What if you cut it that way round? What happens? The same thing happens, that's right. It's always down the middle, even though the icon might suggest otherwise. So that was correct, rotating it, but it doesn't matter in terms of getting the stingers at the bottom because we can't do that. Yeah, that's fine. Vaguely making sense. So we need some green to dye the curve, the half circle on top. That's going to go in. So we've cut it in half, so we have half as many items now. We're mining up 6. Which means 6 per second, so 3 per second are here, which means 6 painters. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I hope it does at least. That one's not needed. And then send that up. There, so that's the bit that goes underground. And that under there, so that dye can get fed in there. We should get these, and that is 3 items a second, so 1 rotator can get them back that way round. Yep, the correct way round. Good. Meanwhile, the tails need turning cyan, so we're going to need green dye again and blue dye. Let's get them combined into each other. They're coming that way and they're coming that way. Somewhere down here, really, maybe. I want to do the dyeing. Or the mixing, I mean. Which is at 0.6 items per second, and we're making... We need... that's interesting, actually, yeah. I've mined way more green dye than we need. We only need half that much green. Not an issue, it doesn't cost us anything. Just thinking about how much we need to mix. We need to mix enough to dye 3 items per second, which is 5 mixers. Go around here somewhere, I don't know, there. And that blue will get fed in this way then. Let's turn that around. That green into there. Good. Combine them. That should be 3 cyan dye per second, which needs to go into 6. Yeah. Of these. Sure, that way round. Wherever. I'm guessing it, you know, where to place. Doesn't really matter. Massive infinite map. Free access to it. Doesn't really matter where I put things, I guess. That line is kind of in the way there. Can send it under or around. Let's send it around. Somehow. We'll send that line there. That can be that one instead because they're the same thing. Cut that off. Send that down there. That's out of our way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Send the shapes the other way? No. Send them this way. Fine, come under there. Into every machine. Combine their outputs. We have cyan jellyfish tails. They also need rotating. That way, sure. Yep. So if you stick that and that together, you get a jellyfish, just like that picture, I hope. The stacker does half an item a second, and at this point we're back to doing 6 out. But is the speed the input? I think it is. I mean, we'll find out because we're actually at the right speed of belt and everything this time. So we want to bring them together. If it's half an item in, so with 6 machines, we would get the 3 items per second on each of these belts put in at half an item per second per belt in, and that would create 3 items a second out. Interesting. If we're putting 6 undyed ones in, we should get 6 out at the end of this process. I'm a little confused. Let's put 6 machines in. That's the minimum, and then we'll see it operating and whether that's wrong or not, I guess. No, hang on. What have I done here? That's what I need. It's all good. They'll need to go under there. And yeah, join the outputs up. Eventually you do unlock the tools to actually measure your throughputs everywhere. That comes a lot later, so to begin with I guess guessing's really the best you can do. We're quite a long way from home. We should just be able to use the belt planner to drag a big long line into there. If it runs, if this belt remains this full as it runs through, then I have understood, and it is not doing that, so I have not understood. It does make sense, though. Is it half a... If it's operating at half of an item per second, it can only create an item every 2 seconds. An item per 2 seconds. One set of tails in every 2 seconds, one head in every 2 seconds, one item out every 2 seconds. So it just needs the extra 6 here, but the feed in is sufficient for that. Doesn't look it, but it should be. So I mean, this is definitely not right. So another one, another 6 of these is the next thing to check. But then if the inputs are starved, then I'm very confused. I do think that is going to happen. Soundtrack too. You can tell I like the soundtrack because I'm actually listening to it rather than Epidemic or something. That ain't right. That one goes there. Let's look right. Okay. But yeah, it doesn't look like there's enough jellyfish heads being made. Their inputs are quite stuffed full. I mean, the output, we should have realised by now whether it was good or not. And it's got gaps in, so it's not right. The input of tails looks good. It's kind of backing up all the way. The input of heads doesn't look good, even though they've got the same amount. 6 machines doing the dyeing. The inputs of them solid. Yeah. It should be balanced, but it isn't the right amount. Why is that the case? I mean, the inputs here are backed up, which suggests it is what it is. If the cutter, maybe I'm misunderstanding the cutter. Just jumping to the wrong conclusion. 1 item per second. Oh, I am. Yeah. Of course. Every second, it's making a head and a tail. So there are 6 tails coming out every second. And 6 heads. Okay, good. I've kind of squished that in a space it doesn't fit, but we'll work out a way of sorting this out. If we do that... Split that there. Send that under. Be fed in on this side. And the die down here needs splitting somehow. That looks like it'll work. Feeding die and tails into another 6 machines, which are doing half each. Yep, so that's creating 6 tails, 6 coloured tails per second, which is looking good at this end, but the rotator is now not fast enough because that only does 4 items. So down here we're going to split, rotate them both, and put them back together again. That should work, but I don't know. Just do that to be sure. Some are going to come out in really funny shapes because of what I've just done there, but oh well. I won't complain. Then, yes, same thing. This just needs to come down another 6. There we go. Oops. There we go. I should bring the green dye in. Not sure if that's even coming fast enough anymore. We'll see. It'll be close enough now. We'll get close enough to the full belt out. There we go. Extra heads, extra tails means extra jellyfish. No. They need rotating faster as well, of course. There we go. Move that choke point faster. Oh, enough jellyfish to level up. We've unlocked the chained extractor, so it removes the need to do this kind of combining. Instead of having 5 pointing outwards into combiners, we can just have 5 chained extractors pointing into each other. And it tells us that's going to extract 6 items a second in total. It's a tiny bit of a space save, but it also lets you kind of extract more of each patch by feeding them in at different angles and stuff into each other rather than onto belts, which is pretty cool. And it's cool that it gives you the combined number when you mouse over it. I really like that. But you know, we don't necessarily need to go change anything because everything's working fine. Some small gaps in the belt coming in. I have no idea why, but it looks like the jellyfish heads aren't really making it all the way down fast enough. And then the tails are missing in the middle. I now think the math is correct, and this belt is... I don't know why there's little gaps appearing in it. Maybe they'll go away over time as things kind of work their way through, but we have a mass jellyfish production in the corner there. We're good. We have got enough of our trapezium star things to upgrade the mixing and painting speed. Cool. So what now? Mixers at 0.8 items a second. Painters at 2/3 of an item a second. That's nice and confusing. What else do we need to work on? We're making them, we're making them, making them. So one of these other new shapes. What's the mission one? It's oh, this is the blueprint shape. It could be good to get that moving, so we make a big number of them and stack them up. You need to have them to do blueprints. Like if you want to copy and paste 100 items, you need 100 of them. I'm not sure if it's 1-to-1, but you need them to do it. Do we have... So it's one shape stuck on top of the other, which you do at the stacker. Well, you put the smaller one on the right-hand side. I remember. It would be good if we had the blue underneath shape available to mine somewhere ready-made. It's possible. I mean, there it is. Good. Just leave a little marker there, see if we can find another one anywhere else. Or, what do we need? We need blue dye. We need all 3 colours to make the white of the circle. So we want that shape, but also circles and all 3 colours of dye nearby. We kind of have over here, so we can bring them over here. It's doable. Let's check if that shape is anywhere else. There's one down here. All 3 colours of dye, but no circles. Not really. More jellyfish. Similar shapes. Eyes aren't really good enough for this. I don't mind. That first one we found is fine. We can work with it. Don't mind. Box jellyfish. Interesting. Square ones. That looks like a best bet. Can't see any others up here. There's one up there. But no, I mean, circles down here. We've built quite a bit here at the moment. I mean, we can just tear all this out, whatever, really, but I think we'll go with this one. Like I say, we kind of want a lot, so I might double the amount of this we do. With 2 lines coming out. 6 items on each. And they need dyeing blue as the first stage. Which let's do with this patch here. We're dyeing 12 items per second. Our painter now does 2/3 of an item per second. So we need 18 of them to do 12. Get the calculator back out. A calculator's battery is dying, so better do it quick. 12 items a second. Yeah, 18 machines will do that. But is that... Yeah, it's 9 machines per line, so we can do 2 sets of 9, it'll be fine. We want to do them around here. That's there. Forward one. And over a bit. That's going to feed into that. There, and then there. So 1, 2, 3. There's 9. There we go. Takes the blue into them, so we also need to plan for the shapes coming in. Where are they coming from? Down there. Let's imagine they're at this end as well then. One line's going into there, and then we need another set. Just gonna output right next to it, I guess. Why not? That'll be there. Yeah, seems fine. Might be a bit of a squeeze, but... Double loops. That's all good. Them in the middle of there. Oops. Not needed on the last one yet. It's fine. Go under there. That's the dye going into there. Don't need that bit. That's the spot we're after. And that one wiggles in there. That through there. Let's get the things brought down. Where are they? Down here. Okay. That one to there. That one just needs to go under that. There we go. That's going to make the bottom, the blue bit. Let's join them up though first, before I move on to making the circle. But it's two separate lines still. That's what we'll have. Yep, that's fine. Okay. Circles are here. A bunch of circles are there that we can draw from, or down here is fine. Maybe down here and then send them up. So we've got blue, green and red here. We want to make 12 items a second, so we need to mine out likewise with all these. 2 lines from there. There and here. I don't think it matters what order we do it in, so we can make yellow and add red, or make cyan and add whatever it is. Either way around. So let's combine blue and green. Colour mixer is 0.8 items a second. That's even more confusing. So each belt, 6 items, needs 7.5 machines. I don't really want to jumble around, so we'll give them 8 machines per belt, and there'll be more than's needed, but it's fine. Might move things around a bit though. It's a bit interesting actually. 8. Let's come down a bit and then we can juggle things around. It's a bit close to there. Let me do that one in the middle then. That kind of split up there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then that will go to the next one. Like that, and then from above it. Interesting. How far under can we go? That far? Any further? No. So yeah, we want green to go under there. And then on this side, maybe just send the blue round the top and over or something. So it'll come from the right hand side. Go one further, can't it? Yeah. Let's do that. The second line of blue will go through there. I kind of wish I'd done this up a little bit. We might do that just to satisfy me. Oh, the green's not going to line up either, so if they were there, I just want to move everything up 1. Shame I can't cut and paste, but there we go. Also, what have we researched? Because that could change what we're doing. Cutting, rotating and stacking upgraded. Not relevant yet, but it will be when we come to stack at the end. Okay. Can I remember how I did that? That one there. And that's going to cut through there. That's there. Interesting. We need a gap in the middle. Just a bit close to there. Can I just leave a single gap? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And that'll be there. I can wiggle in there. That's fine. Oh. I can go in, that's fine. But I don't accidentally delete them. Green's going to come along there. And there. Sure. That can be one closer though. If that matters. That one can line up nicely, but that one can't because it's only 4 long, which is very annoying. What we can do is make 5 like that. Plug them in at different angles. Not quite as neat, straight lines or whatever, but I like it. It's fine. That should be making us 2 belts of cyan dye. Let's combine them into neat little lines. There we go. Then we need to do the same again, combining that with some red, which we can bring up from here, I guess. Sure, put it in there and bring the red up. Other red up there, bring that down. Doesn't matter, either way. A shame I can't copy paste this, that would be very helpful. If that... Oh, they're in the middle now as well. Do I want to send them out? Or can we work... We can probably work with that somehow. Could be interesting. They're going to be cutting under then. If we send the red left and right, can do it a bit neater. Don't think we will though. Don't like that really. Let's not do that. We'll do that. We've got 2 lines of cyan on the left hand side. They're going to do what the blue one is doing there. And this line here is that line there. Feeds into undergrounds with a 3 gap. And then here. They feed into undergrounds with a 2 gap. The machines are here. Cool. And the second feed line goes into there. And the first one is living here. And splitting off above each of them. Oh. That could give us 2 lines of white, which will take eastward. The red that's coming up will need to go underneath them. Can I rotate that? Get 5 in a row, yep. Cool. Onto there. Onto there. Let's send them under. And through there. There's the circles. We're going to extract 2 lots of them as well. And then they're just going to turn the corner. If I'm right. I do want to check. Yeah, there we go. White dye comes out at the end. Nice. What a mess, but it's all joining. It's pretty cool, actually. Not bad. Those shapes are a long way away now, actually, been all the way up there. These are all the way down here. It's not quite right, I guess. Could they come the other way? Not really. Not with the mess we've made down there. Could this... We could have done this the other way up, I guess. Doesn't really matter now. We'll just do the painting of the circles the other way and the fusing in the middle. Don't really love that either. No, we'll do that across here. We'll do the painting across here. So the dye's coming up there and the shape's up there. What do we need? The same again as this, right? We've got 2 belts, each one needs 9 because they're doing 2/3 of an item each, I guess. So that's there. Over it again. It looked out the corner of my eye like the microphone is showing them picking it up, but can't really tell. Just gonna move that over 1. Seems good, and then need 3 in between them. These will feed the shapes in. Lovely circles. Grounds here where the die will go. Get that in somehow. Let's send them under. There we go. Going up the outputs. Could go. No, let's go left. Still got the joining to do. There's 2 lines of white circles. 2 lines of blue, whatever you want to call that shape. Don't know. Plectrum shaped? They need combining. 3/4 of an item per second. Quarters. So each belt is still 6 items a second, right? Yeah. So it takes in. Work this out. Doesn't matter that this 3/4 is a 6, so 2 stackers is 1.5, 4 stackers is 3, 8 stackers does 6 items, 8 stackers per belt. 2 sets of 8. This way, that way, either way. Bit of a gap to work in. Let's work out how they'd be actually. Let's split off and head into something. Which could be there, if it goes under there. Seems good. Depending on where that ends up. That's no good because you can't put the second splitter in, so you either need a gap. We need to move it forward 1. I think I'll go with the forward 1. That can go to there, that can go there, and then the next splitter goes there. Seems fine. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 1 belt's worth. The next one could be further forward. Or we stick them on the end here. Kind of favour that. Yeah, like that. Okay. But we do need to leave a 1, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 there. We just need to move up 1. That's going into there, and then the second belt wiggles in there. Wait. That goes into there. Okay. And that. Yep. Is that right? No, I've done that different, haven't I? Why is that different? They're all in the wrong place. Wiggle in there. No. That goes there. Sure. To that one. Looks better. These undergrounds in for the other part. I actually didn't think about it, than that. Maybe I did that on purpose or subconsciously. The white circle needs to be on the bottom because that's the one that gets stuck on top. Like the picture on it shows, it adds the right to the left, and that has to be the way around it's done. Not sure I did that on purpose, but it's good that it's this way around. And then we need... It's going to come up here. Feed into there. And this one is going to wiggle in there. Shame that doesn't quite line up super neat, but oh well. Back one. Join all this up. Or, you know, two separate lines. One thing isn't right. Is it? Not sure. Something didn't quite look right when they're poking out the end, but yeah, there's a couple of double circles, I guess, just from making a mess of it the first attempt. But those shapes where it is right are correct. They are matching the thing I'm trying to make, which is a good outcome. After all that building. Let's bring this over, I guess. Come in here with the red thingies. And then that gets in the way. Right. Do we need bottom halves of blank circles? We do. We are still using those. Can we send them the other way? Let's send these the other way. Send that up there. Into the two last empty spaces on here. So yeah, we're going to need to... Oh, there's two up in the corner. Didn't notice them. That's fine. Do we still need regular squares? We do. We've got a lot of them, but we still need them, so... Sure, we'll need to do something for the next thing we're making. Here come our little friends we've just made. Long distance to go. Looks like they're being made at a good rate, though. Faster than the belt can carry them, weirdly. Which isn't right, but there we go. This line is still not full, though. So I got the math wrong one time and right the other. It's not making enough cyan. For some reason. Oh well. We can fix it at a later point when it matters. The number's ticking up on this, so that's very good. We'll keep them going as long as we can. What else do we need? What's the next shape? Nice confusing ones. Very daunting. Maybe this is what put me off before. Looking at that is very daunting, but you just got to pick one and do it, I guess. The first one looks relatively simple. The others have that weird shape we need to make. Just make a bunch more of that somehow. It's got a multicoloured background. It's very complicated. And this one's not too bad either. Mixing paintings at the lowest tier at the moment, so let's do this. Purple square with a white circle on top. Should have made more white circles then. Okay. I think we just do it somewhere else, but still. Square circle in every colour a die. It could be here. I mean, northbound is where the holes are, so... Not so good up here. Dies are up there. I mean, here. Square circle every colour a die. Not many of them, but enough to do what I'm after. Here we go, we've unlocked copy pasting. Pasting is not free, you need blueprint shapes to do it, and that's the ones we just made, so we're going to keep making them in order to do that easier. They needed, not for any unlocking, yeah, so this number's showing us how many blueprints we can paste in, 1.1 thousand so far, 1.2, and so on. Purple square with a white circle, right, but only single this time, I guess. 5 of them, 5 of them, 5 of them, I guess, and there. Okay, less then, but still we want I need to select what I'm after, which is that, I guess. Copy it. Costs us 1700 to paste this, which we've got, but still it's only part of the picture really, isn't it? That's fine. Where are we gonna do all this? Let's put it over the top here, I think, or there, there-ish. Which belt is which is the main thing. I don't actually need all of this belt. Some of it's not needed in this reduced amount. Let's say red's going to go in them. It's not the best layout, but still. There. Now we don't have quite so many. They're not needed. They're not needed. Red is going in there. Turn the blue around. That's going sure in there. Kind of wasn't worth copy pasting because we need to turn this around. Oh well. It does help have the vague layout without actually having to think about it. Blue goes in there. Green in there. That'll do. Then this one into there. That's not needed. We probably want this going the other way. Or is that making... Wait, what? Oh, because I had blue on blue. Because of how I fed that in. It'll sort itself out in a minute. I want that one. It looks purple now, it'll become white in a second. As this works its way through. Good. What did we need white? The circle needs to be turned white. And that is in 9 painters. 9 painters? Yes. Should we get a put around here somewhere? Like there, right? You can just feed straight into them. Then we need to get the circles the other end. The other side of all that. It's a bit messy. I don't know, maybe I did want to come this way. Don't really want to cross over them. No big deal. Doesn't really matter. Just put that there. This is another one that's could have been worth copy pasting. This whole kind of thing is very awkward. Only 780 for one line of them. Other way round? Yeah. Can I flip? No. How would you... No. Can rotate, but I don't think there's a flip button. At least I don't know it if there is one. So we'll just make it again. It's fine. This is flowing white now. So that, is there a different set of circles I could bring in? That's not big enough. These I've kind of buried. So no, not really. Fine. So they're going to go under there. There we go. Ooh. Wait to circles, let's join them up. I'll have to go this way. Don't have to. Let's wait and see. We'll join them up after we know where our purple squares are. Which we need to make some purple, which we could do over here. I was thinking of just pulling it from the same blue and red. Sending it somewhere, but we could do it over this end. With these two over here. So if I want... I want them both flipped, don't I? The ones down here are half flipped and half not. Both inputs from the same side. No, okay. I'm going too far. Should put some markers down, I guess. As we're starting to grow a bit, need to kind of keep a view on where we are. If I wanted to, I mean, I could rotate it, then the colour will come out the other direction, but that's fine, really. Yeah, that wouldn't matter. Necessarily. Let's put it there. Let's go with there. And then purple should come out of there, sure. We take all of that. We need to flip it all, which, yeah, I don't like. So have we got it from the other direction at all down here? Yes. Keep trying to copy. You need to select first, then copy, which I'm not used to. That's why it keeps beeping at us. Is that the right number? Yep. Looks like it. Okay. Above it. There's more squares in this area. Maybe we could do it different then. Which is which? That's the die. Go there. Or anywhere. Sure, there's fine. And then instead of them, get these ones. Go under there. Plug that in. Probably will just turn the output around though. Yep, go this way. Input? Yeah. Merging, so I can do that. And the same here. Or bring them in this direction anyway. There. So we should have purple squares with white circles. Didn't realise it was also the mission objective. Handy. I want to do that one anyway, so that's fine. Don't mind if it is the mission objective as well as the upgrade for mixing and painting. Will live. We just need to merge these two together. We're making a belt, so 6. Therefore, we need 8 stackers to do that. It's the same numbers as down here, they haven't changed. Just half of what we did down here is correct. We could... It's not ideal, it's not quite the right spacing. We could take that much, then take the rest. So that needs a little gap behind it, I guess. Can't quite tell what I'm looking at. Back here, maybe. Let's just put it there and then I'll work it out. Always dig it up if I'm very wrong. Oh, is it the wrong way round anyway? Never mind. Tell you what. Which way do we need to do this? The one on the... They're upside down. One on the left needs to be the white circle. Okay, then we do need to flip this. One on the left, so that... Oh, hang on. There's a splitter missing there. There we go. That goes there. That goes there. And we get the shape we're after come out the bottom. Hopefully. Yes. Perfect. Where's that going? The hub there. Sure. How are we going to get there? It's around with this one. Don't know why they went so far over. To there. Might as well point it the other way then. And bring it down and over and then down and round. Okay, there's one input left before we have to actually change something. Is there anything we're making we don't need anymore? No. I mean, I don't know whether we need it or not, but it's on this screen still. Then we keep doing it. It's fine. Fine. I do think when we complete, like the top one for example, when we complete this, it might get rid of the blank circle, put a new one on the end, and you keep the last three and the new one, or something like that. But I could be wrong. Could be very wrong. Numbers ticking up. Good. We got a full belt input of that type of thing. We don't have a full belt of this red one coming in, which is relevant. We should make more of it. What would we need to do that? Need to work out the numbers again. They're probably wrong to begin with, I guess. Not sure. It's definitely not enough for... There's only maybe enough for 4 stackers there from the 8 cutters. Was just too many cutters for the number of belts? Maybe. If we take that into there, that into there, might work better. Good, you know, redo it with all the right math and all the right everything, but still. We also we are using right half squares, so we could do both. Rather than deleting them, we could use them and get rid of wherever we're making them. Down here somewhere. These undyed ones. Don't know. It's interesting that we are still getting full belt. Like, we've upgraded each thing enough that it still balances with the number of tools we put in. It's pretty cool. It's definitely making more. Seems to be flying better. Would make sense. Is there enough dye for all that though? Should be. Or not. I'm only up 10 of them and only 5 of them. But I do still think that's right because we're only taking half the... No, it's not right, is it? Yes, it's because we're merging them. That's why it's right. We're mining up 6 of the shape per second, and we've therefore got that same amount of half shapes. But then we join the half shapes together, we get half as many. So the full belt there is based on having 2 full belts here. That makes sense. And then yeah, we get on input here by the looks of it, just choked by the number of machines. There's 8. Is that wrong? I think 8 is correct now, right? Because the upgrade is 2/3, so 8 would make... No. 8 is right for the stackers, not for the painters. Painters should be 9. Add another one in. That should give us the full belt again. I hope. Or close to it. I mean, there it's going full. That's cool. Perfect. And 2 full belts of that. Only approaching 9,000 of the blueprint item, and I'm not actually sure how many we're going to use. I know in the future, I'm pretty sure we'll have like setups that are just ready to copy paste to make new shapes when it becomes relevant. You know, dyeing circles white, for example, we'll just copy the whole thing. Maybe. Jellyfish are not full on the belt. Yes, but we knew something isn't. We're not making enough cyan dye from the looks of it. So how much should we be making? If we're trying to make 6 items a second, then we need to make 6 cyan per second. Doing that at 0.8 items per second per machine. Calculator. That's the 7.5 machines, right, so we need 8. Fine. Don't really have space for that. I have to go this way. Let's bring that further forward. Can't reach. Okay. So that can't go there either. Go there. 3 more there. Not ideal, but there we go. Don't want to split up that line, I want to keep this one going. That's a bit awkward, but okay, we'll work that out. Missing here. Seems fine. Oh, I've already... Yeah. Very awkward. Okay. Under there. And then that's fine. And that can carry on. Messy. But there we go. Is what it is. If it fixes it and makes us enough jellyfish, then so be it. We can tidy it up in the future, or when we want more jellyfish or something. I should get us the extra cyan dye we need to make the tails. Fill that in at least better. Then yeah, these cyan pointy stars are not full either. That'll be because they've got 8 from when the balance was different, so you just need 1 more painting. In the old-fashioned way, but there we go, it's fine. That should fill that gap. Anything else? No, purple circle is not quite full either, there's a little gap in there. Same deal. Balance has changed. Should fix that, hopefully. And the inputs should still be okay. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's 1 more mixer. That should be okay, hopefully. Guess we'll see. Still got a whole bunch of them need to come in. Don't really want to make 2 belts of everything all the time. Just to make things go quicker. Could do, but still. Why don't we work on red star with a yellow circle on top? Star, circle. How do we make yellow? Green and blue makes cyan, so red and green must make yellow. So we need red, green, circle and pointy star. Quite close in, I think, to get a circle. But we can, you know, bring stuff from further away in. Red, green, red, green circle. The pointy stars we're already using. Some there. Here, red, green, but no circles. Some there, or there. No green around here, really. Over here, I guess. Not great. Might have to do, though. Red, green circle, but no pointy star. Don't think there's anywhere better. Red, green star, no circles. No, it's got a pointy corner. Okay. Okay, over here then. Just bring some green over this direction. So the star is going red. It's a simple one. Then we need some green. Extra red. All these circles. All the way around. Do that. That's just painting, which is 9 machines. Always. I don't know. Yeah, come on. Oh, we leveled up. Didn't see that coming. The longer tunnel, sure. So this is also like in Factorio. You've got 2 lengths now. So show the maximum length. The one we had before that can go that far, and the new one that can go further. But it also, the new one lets you thread, so you can send it under or in between the other one and move stuff around, and it doesn't overlap them, so it opens some other opportunities in straight line. Used it a lot in the puzzles for puzzle stuff. Oh, now there's a tasty looking shape. It's like a watermelon slice. What's that for? It's only for the progression. It's not needed for upgrades. Interesting. And we specifically need to make 8 per second and feed them in, not a fixed number. Interesting. It could be a while before we get there. And I'd like to upgrade the belts so that we can actually move 8 per second on a single belt, then we could consider it. Yeah, yeah. Wherever already. Do I have a 9 of them with the colour feeding in from the right and the shape feeding in from the left? Nope. Okay. But shape could feed in from the right. Saying that much. Sure. Colour into there. Shape into there. There's our red stars. I should use the pin option. So that adds it to my list on the left, the important shapes. That's the one we're working on. I should pin it there. So I don't have to keep opening that page to look at what it is. We need yellow dye making. Just bring this over. Somewhat. How many machines? It's this the same as we've been doing, of course. That must do the job. That way, or maybe that way even. Sure. Doesn't have to make sense, just has to work. And then we're going to do another dyeing like this. Alright. Yellow circle, good. Now we need to put the yellow circle onto the red star, so they're the wrong way round, really. Kind of want to cross them over, so that doesn't matter. We can feed them in. How many stampy things? Stampy things? That many, apparently. But they're feeding both shapes from the left, whereas I want to alternate. Did we do that anywhere else? Stampy things, here we are. Yes, kind of. Kind of. I'll take it though. The other way round. Forward a bit. Yeah. Let's go with there. Can we... Yeah. Cut. And paste. Shame that costs, but still. Fine, we'll be making tons. And? Red pointy star with a yellow circle on top? No. Wrong way round. Okay. That's particularly annoying. Because we need to flip the whole thing. Oh, let's not be rash. Let's not destroy the whole thing. Sure, I mean, we need to flip the whole thing. So they're coming from that angle. And they're coming from this way. They'll feed into there, and then into there. We clear through the wrong ones. We should get them the other way around. Some circle on circle. Still flushing through, I guess. There's a few correct ones. Okay. It'll take a minute to flush through, I guess. I mean, we might as well just connect it up. It doesn't hurt to feed them in. Zoom out too far, though. Further up. Oh, that's awkward. Okay. So this one's going to go in that level? No, up one. That level. We're going to move that one there. Oh, well, in that case. Be that on the back of there, that'll do. Yeah, that's best. Cool. So that shape done. I'll unpin it actually, can I? Yep, there we go. That's being made, a whole belt of it. Let's try and make the next one in the list, I guess. White circle. Keep making white circles all over the place. I feel like kind of just mass producing them somewhere and then pulling them away. Might not be a bad idea. But it's this, yeah, weird shaped one. We still need the red ones, and we will for a while. Okay, so we're going to have to make more of them and dye them blue. Probably from another patch. What have we got down here? Yeah, because we've got 5 more we could mine out of there, but we probably want 10. So I want, ideally, that shape again. Like this one down here. Circle, all 3 colours, blue and that. This is a perfectly fine spot. Like half as much, I guess. But we need 23,000 of them, so I don't really want to go slower. What are we upgrading? The mixing and painting. Okay, that's going to change the numbers on everything again, but okay. or live. That's a fun shape, 3 layers to it. With 2 of the layers of the same thing. That's pretty cool, pretty interesting. Let's see about that. It'll be a while before we get there, I guess. This is these, okay. Let's work on the first step here. So we need to cut. Cuts doing 1.5 items, so we need 4 cutters each line. There we go. Are they cutting the right way round? They are. They're ready for it. Cool. Yeah, cut down the middle. Cool. I'm not going to get rid of the half squares, actually, because we need a belt line in, so we're going to remove the one we're already doing here, I guess. And use that belt line, probably. No, that doesn't make sense. We need a belt line in, we have to remove something entirely. We'll have to remove the half circles where we're doing double, because it's unnecessary. And yeah, let's do that now while I'm thinking about it. Need to keep some extra. We'll bin that and we'll still get the right amount. Maybe that's wasteful, I don't know. Doesn't matter. Move all this over a little. It's going in there. Move that one over. So we have a fresh line there, but we could replace... Move all these over as well, actually. There's no real point. I mean, these are here being made. There's no point in cutting them out just to do it back here, so why don't we bin them? Simple enough. And then these, half of them need rotating. Or... are we dyeing them first? No, dye them after, because you need to do it to fewer then. So yes, we want to join them back together, which is 0.75 an item each. The same as... no. You need twice as many as we have cutters. But so the output of the cutter is 1.5 items a second. Input of the stacker is 0.75 items per second. So one output from here, split in half into there, but rotate one way and one the other. We get the right shape, and it should be the right speed. Stacker is combining 0.75 per second. And we're making 0.75 on the left, 0.75 on the right, because we've split half of 1.5, yeah, 1.5 on that belt, split it in half is, yeah, I think. I'm not confident, but I think we're good to do this. What we get out the other end is a single belts of fully built ones, which would make sense because it's 8 doing 3/4 of an item per second. Yes. So there it is, a full belt of the correct shape. We just need to turn that blue, which is done in... the painters have been upgraded. 1 item per second, so we just need 6 painters. Good. Feed the blue in. And that should get us blue, whatever these are called. Which, again, don't know which direction we're sending that yet, so we might hold off on that for a bit. So we now need to make white dye again. There's blue and there's green. Actually, get 5 in a row like that. And the colour mixer is now doing 1.2 items per second, so you need 5 of them. Can we do that? Oh, over here. Yeah. Kind of. There we go. That makes one colour. Cyan, okay. Then we're going to add red, so we're going to do the same thing again. Sure. Go in there, and then red goes in there, and white should come out there, hopefully. And then the circles we're after are here. So again, we're doing this one, aren't we, really? One bit. That can go there. Colour and circles should get us the white circles. So let's send both of these to the right. And then we want to stamp the blue one onto the white one, so they're kind of the right way around. It's still 0.75 items per second, so 8 stackers. We've done that somewhere recently. No, not there. Over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, although this... I don't know, it's flowing. It's making more than it can handle on the belt. Shouldn't be, but I mean, cool if it is. Let's copy that and see if it helps. Where are the inputs? They're both on the right hand side. Just put it here then. No, they're not. That's on the left. So, which way around is this? This is the one on the right needs to be the blue one, so they're the wrong way around. Rotate it and then bring the output underneath somewhere. Saves a bit of effort. Although, I know that just cost me a whole bunch, but still. Rather it was vaguely needed, especially if I'm doing something weird like pulling that and sending it under there. That's fine. Okay, how are we getting in? To the right of this. Right of that, and in. There we go. That'll do. Is it making a belt full? Looks like it will. It's close to it. Something not right, perhaps, but yeah, not enough of these shapes coming out. Ah. That'll be why. It was only making 1/8 of what it's supposed to. Let's get that flowing properly, and that might improve things. Still doesn't look... it's probably okay. Pulling into there. Something intense. The output on the blue should be full. Looks like it is. Or at least it's getting there. Output this end okay, output there is full, then input to these is good, and given a little time to balance, we should see this output be full again. Not yet though. White circles in look okay. Oh, here we go. No, got a gap again there. Not quite right. I mean, the bell looks full here. Oh, there we go. So that gap appears again any second now, but it looks fine. That looks like a full bell load of that car, that shape. Cool. That's fine. I'll unpin that. So we're going to make this shape now, I guess. Nice fun one. We need white circles again. So we need a circle star. That's what we had here. And it, yeah, okay, so we need it again. Circle star. All three colours, kind of, but not really. I mean, we already looked. I don't think there was anywhere better. Unless, you know, I missed it. Possible. We have to go further away. Rather avoid. All those stars down to here with the blue. Not a huge fan. Can we just use these again? Juggle between what we've already done here? I mean, we can. Might make a bit of a mess, but we can. Always pull all of this again, but send it a little further northward. I'm open to it. Yeah, sure. Sure. Let's just move that over one. And we'll have a second line of green that comes further up. And some blues from here. Turn them into purple. This is the wrong way around. But that's good. That is good. Okay. Can we move that blue? Not really. We will put that... I mean, wherever. Really. Could go back here. Let's go with... there. Got that green back. Line it up with there instead. Make it neater. Then grab red from here. Which we might want to juggle around actually. So we're going to grab that again. Stick it on the end of there. Sure. And yeah, red will just have to do a little wiggle. That should make white. Interesting one, how we do this background. Half white, half red, but in different angles. So we need red again. Oh, I've got red and circles here, so we can make a red circle here. In the middle, and then send them under somehow. Sure, we're making a nice mess around the place, that's fine. What do we need these days? 6 painters. I'll bring the circles this way. And then around. And send the red that way. Nope. That way around. Nope, he's there. that should be a full belt of red circles. Bring that under here. Wiggle around a whole bunch. There we go, you know. We need to perform a function on these. Split them into 4. So we got quarter circles and then dye half of them and stick them back together. Is that the best way? Alternatively, no, that is the only way. Yeah, we need to cut them into quarters. What do we upgrade? Belts. Belts go faster. Okay, and it did not remove the need for the basic uncoloured one. It just added a 5th need, which is the one we've just done but with white star stuck on top. So we could take half of them. It would slow it down, I guess, quite a lot to take half of what we're making and change it. But it might be the way to do it. Simple way of doing it is I just stick another one on top of half of them. Anyhow, we need to deal with this. So if we don't have, there's a cutter later that splits it into 4 all in one machine. It's a bit of a shame. 4 of these will turn 6 per second into stuff somehow. Half items per second, so those could then be combined, I guess, like so. Zira, hello, welcome in. Nice to see you. Thank you very much for the 100 bits. How's the shaping going? Okay, it ramps up pretty quick. This like circular shape here with no colours on, pretty easy. Managed that one okay. The current ones are a bit more complicated, for sure, but we're getting there. Yeah, exponentially harder, that's the word for it, yeah, definitely. Some of the, like the ratios, I guess, on the machines, I'm not quite clicking in my head, but we're getting there, step by step. I think we're getting it mostly right. You know, we're happy, it's a hell of a messy base, but I think that it always is in the game. I can't see anyone ever doing this neatly. And our hub is nice and busy. Stuff is running into it non-stop. Pretty good going. Learn as you go. Yeah, you would do. I've played a lot of other factory type games, so a lot of the mechanics I can pick up quite easily. I just, you know, it is quite complex. The shapes that it's asking you to make is difficult. There's a challenge to it for sure. Which way do I want to... I just want to rotate these either way, really. And then combine them back together. A number go in, the same number come out. So there is a belt of circles. No, that doesn't work. A belt of circles come in, 2 belts of half circles come out. That would make more sense. Sometimes more how you interpret of doing stuff. Yeah, the kind of breaking the picture down into the stages required to make it, and you know, the levels, and then within the level what you can do and so on. Building the green compass, that's a nice word for it. Yeah, green compass on the mixed background. Melon I'm leaving for a while. I wanted to upgrade these a bit first. So we've got a belt that's now fast enough to take the melon, like a single belt can do the 8 per second, so we could do it. But yeah, I wanted to kind of get, I guess, tier 5 on everything, maybe. And then we'll do the melon. Which is really cool, looks really cool. So yeah, I'm trying to just split down the background of, call it the compass. Make the red and the white quarter circles and stick them back together. Which, yeah, forgot about the early upgrades needing weird shapes. They are weird, really weird. As I understand it, I've gotten this far in the game before, but not much further. At the moment, we're going like speed by 4 and then by 6, and then I think after it's like tier 6 or tier 8, it becomes a lot slower. Like instead of adding 50%, it's adding like 10% or less or something. It's backseating allowed. In this, I think it's okay. There's not really much you can backseat here. Like I'm going to design things the way I'm going to do it and everything like that. There's no arguing there, but any ideas or efficient designs I think would be quite welcome actually. Not really a game you can spoil, I don't think, in any meaningful way. So if I've got the math right here, a belt comes in, we cut it, and 2 belts will come out because they're half the shape that this is. We then want to cut each of them again, so they're going to need 4 cutters each. Maybe. That guy's going to go in there. Go in a straight line. And then they're cutting in there. Then I want to do the same thing, I guess. And we'll end up with 4 belts with quarters on, although they're not all facing the same direction for some reason. That would be because they all need to go the other way around, I guess. So that's on the right there, and it's on the left here. Let that run through a bit and see if it works it out. Nope. I got here. Ah, okay. Right. Not that it matters actually, I don't need them all facing the same way. It makes it easy to manipulate them together, but it's not necessary. I needed to rotate these in order to cut them, but I could rotate these the other way and end up with all 4 different directions. That could help, possibly. It's half the compass background thingy. Yeah, the mixed circle, yeah. Make a circle half white, red, and flip them 90 degrees. Right. Cut them. Go into with half white, red, semicircle. 2 of each half combined up to finish, which is in them working with quarters. Yeah, I can see what you mean. I half see what you mean. It is hard to. It's difficult to communicate shapes in words, I guess, but I can half see it. And thank you for the bits there as well. Appreciate that very much. So my thought is there's not really a good pattern to it. I'm making in red the 2 opposite, and we can stamp them together. Then we dye the others white and stamp them together, then combine those 2 halves. Just saying you could work in the half that is a white and red semicircle, possibly. Shapes and words. I don't even know what to call. Where is it? This red one down the bottom. Like, what is that? I mean, this one here, the half green blue, that's obviously a jellyfish. That I've got. But this one I have no idea. Method would work. Yeah, it's I mean, my way's definitely going to be really messy from the looks of it, which is one thing I don't like, but still. You know, if it gets it done, it gets it done. Saying. But we could dye parts, make halves, that kind of thing. It's interesting. The bloody windmill. I like that, yeah. It's a bloody windmill. A windmill's good, actually. Yeah, it does look like a windmill. You're right. Yeah. Nice. Good. Yeah, so my thought was I'm switching them to be that way around. What if we go the other way? So we send them that way, them that way, and clear all these lines out again. So on the right we should get top halves, on the left we should get bottom halves. Good. Then when we cut we end up with all 4 corners in existence. Top right and top left, bottom right and bottom left. So we want bottom right and top left. They can go away. Which we'll see if we can do that. Which is weak. So bottom right are these ones. Top left, those ones. Send these under. And they can be combined onto a belt. Got the numbers right. Okay, so these are the ones that need to go white, those ones are red, so we can just double check I got the numbers right. So one belt comes in, it gets turned into 2 halves, 4 quarters, yeah. Seems right to me. These can be joined, so we need 8 stackers, or do we? We just upgraded belt to be faster, but we haven't upgraded cutter, so unless I want to add extra cutters, which I don't really want to do, I'd rather add 8 stackers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Is that the right spot? Probably not. Let's delete those excess pieces. Let's try recoloring them. Yeah. So just because of the location, it made sense to me to colour it red before we cut it. And then we'll recolour it to white and keep the red ones. Rather than like cutting it uncoloured and coloured some of it and not the others. It would be, I guess, maybe fewer colouring machines to do it after. But I don't think so, actually. Either way, I'm pretty happy with this. It is. I'm not entirely happy that it's in the middle of a different shape production line, but you got to work with the spawns you get, I guess, from the different shapes. Doesn't matter which side goes where. That's fine. That one's going into there. Should have moved this forward a bit, I guess. It's whatever. And just send that under there. We should get a belt of... Let's go that way. Belt of the red bit we need. Yep, in the orientation we wanted as well. Good, there's half that picture. Thinking of the late game. Colour stations across the map. Sources of all colours. Matter of pulling the colour to the shape. Yeah, interesting. My first playthrough. This is around the furthest I've ever gone before. So I think I've played to all tier 4 in the past. I remember seeing the watermelon shape before, maybe a couple times, but I've never been further than this. So these shapes are a lot more complicated than I'm used to. I've done quite a lot of the puzzle maps, but that's like it might help with designing some efficient layouts, but it doesn't really help with making shapes, I don't think. What we should do is join that first. Make the shape, then colour it, rather than colouring both. That'll use half as many colours then. So that into there. That into there. What we get out the other side is the shape we want, but in the wrong colour. Then we need... must be this many. I suppose I must not say no. That some of them are fun. Some of them are really boring. They can teach you some cool stuff that you can do with these tools, but it's not the same as what we're doing here. Like really, almost an entirely different game. Which way round is this? Colours go in that bit. And the shape goes up the other end. Damn. Okay, probably flip that round then. That into there. The shape is going to go under there. And the white is going to go into there. And we should get a full belt of white in the what we want. Never got far. It's not why you... Yeah, that's fair enough. Yeah. It's an interesting addition, but it's not like necessarily what people were after at all, I don't think. Yeah, you don't necessarily buy the game for the puzzle element. There's plenty of other puzzle games in the world, aren't there? Okay, got the white bit, got the red bit, just need to combine them. Which is this kind of thing, or that one might be nicer. Ah, they're coming from different angles. That's fine, we'll put that there, bring them to there, and then I'll flip that lot round. Into that, okay. Feed that up there. We should make the background shape that we're after. Like, yeah. Good. It's mixed, it's the right shape. It should be an entire belt of it. Seems good. Okay, now we just need the green spiky star to stamp on top of it, which is also going to be a mess. Where are the stars? They're here. And the green? There's some up there. Or it's from over there. Yeah, let's use the one up here then. I guess. How do I want to do this? I kind of want to do it behind there, so... That's not going to get out of there, is it? Oh, well, it will. We'll, use the alternate, and that'll reach just. There's some stars. There's some green. Which bit's which? That's the shape. It can go there. Could flip the colour around, but I think we'll just come this way. Under there. Now the easy part, yeah, I guess. An existing colour you can mine out of the ground, and an existing shape you can mine out of the ground combined together. That's relatively easy at this stage. And then we're combining them. If I've got a better, yeah, that one's a bit neater. There, so the one on the right, the top, needs to be the green. And that one goes in there. And out the far side we get... That looks like the same thing to me. Now we need to find a way of getting that into the hub. Okay. Unless I'm blind, we're using every port at the moment, but we've upgraded belts, so there is space in every belt. In theory. Okay. That means we can combine things down. Not that many though. We need to turn... We can turn 4 of our existing belts into 3. That can be done safely. So we did that and cut that line. That does not work because it's trying to force 3/4 of a belt onto that belt. Right? Which it can't do. You'd need to move that over first. Which means moving that over first as well. Oof. Complicated. Definitely don't want to see your hub. Yeah, I mean, eventually you have to, I don't know what you have to do, but split everything, combine everything. All your lines would need to be combined a lot. It doesn't look like this one's flowing correctly, so I still don't think this is right. The obvious thing to do is just put a bunch of balancers over and over again until it flows. There's no priority system. I can't tell this to prioritize the left. Half go left, half go right. So that's irrelevant at that point because half the other one go left and half the other one go right. That doesn't work. Interesting. There's no way I can force it that way either. So that just doesn't work. Sure. Different approach. We split this into 3. We can't do that evenly. Oh. Interesting. Like, that's not thirds. But it is 3. And that'll do what I'm after. Kind of. It might cause some bits like that to back up a bit awkwardly, but we are shoving them into the gaps on those 3 lines. So each of those has a 1/4 gap each that it can shove stuff into. So that should work, in theory. I need that to join that one. There we go. And then we've got a free line there. It's basically a full screen of, yeah, combiners, bringing stuff together. It is efficient, but only when you... Yeah, tedious to set up. But the number of items it asks for just keeps getting bigger, which... it doesn't encourage, like, sharing belts like this. You kind of want more and more going in than... yeah, it's not an ideal situation. For the, you know, the hub is limited, you can't grow it. That's it's all you're getting. It's not great. But still, you know, I guess ultimately the end you can the way you make stuff might not be so simple as this. We'd make all the different elements further out, bring them closer and put them together in different ways, maybe? I'm not sure. We're nowhere near that yet, so I don't need to worry about what it's going to look like at the late game. After a while, things get easier on the shape requirements. Interesting. You mean like not necessarily the complexity, but the number of different ones you need, perhaps? Because at the moment we need a lot of different ones, but I can't see that making sense for too long. How much longer are we going to need uncoloured circles for? Yeah, it's a bit weird. Very weird. Anyhow, that shape is done and it's being fed into the hub, so I'm very happy about that. That's a win. What's next? Watermelon might be next, but so we're doing that shape, but not that one, and I think that can wait. Doing that one and that one. Doing them. We're not doing this one. The windmill with the windmill inside. Or whatever it is. A fan with a smaller fan? Who knows? Let's imagine we wanted to do that. I don't really, but imagine we did. We're gonna have to go hunt for that shape, windmill shape around the place. Or split down something we're already doing. Wackos who make MAM and basically cheat the game with in-game stuff. MAM, interesting. Don't know what that stands for or what it looks like. I never knew there was so much behind Shapez. Make anything machine. Okay. Cool. Yeah, so have all the different elements potentially capable and then use the logic system to control what's made. Which, sure, we can learn about that in the future, I'm sure. You insert the thing you need and the machine makes it. Okay, so you said like a blueprint, like a template or something that you feed it and then the machine makes the thing over and over. You still don't get it. It sounds complicated. Really complicated. The different amount of shapes needed will lower as the game gets more complex. Right, more complex items, so more layers, more different shapes, but fewer different types. That makes a lot of sense actually as it goes. Need to make the blueprints as well. Yeah. The layout. Yeah. Game is a lot more complicated than I ever noticed before because I never really got this far before. We'll see how far I get before I go crazy this time. We've got the shape here. What do we need? Purple. So purple is red and blue. It's not great for that. We also need a white circle. Again, with the white circles. Yeah, don't we discover? No. I'm up for it. It's a thing I find about streaming. Like, I'm streaming Shapez today, and I'm not a big streamer anyway, but I know that I'm not going to have a big audience streaming Shapez, obviously. It's not going to draw in hundreds of new followers and anything like that. It's not that kind of game. But I am streaming it because that encourages me to keep going and to go further with it. It's like more of a commitment. When I play on my own and I get into a game and I hit any kind of brick wall, I can just give up. Like, who cares? But now I'm kind of, I don't know, held accountable slightly to keep going further and to, you know, come back and play it again for some consistency. And Twitch kind of encourages those things in me. So, yeah. I'm not streaming it to get an audience. I'm streaming it because I want to see more of the game, and I hope this encourages me to do that. I don't see any white circles here. I kind of just want to steal the white circles out from something, reduce the throughput on something else. We could have reduced the number of blueprint icons I'm making and take the white circles from there. We've made 40,000 and I'm not using that many. So we could steal that white circle and we could make purple windmills somewhere. Could steal away from the red windmills. Don't really want to do that, but could do. Bit awkward. Basically no one streams it, although it's a fun thing. Yeah. It's weird sometimes, isn't it? You know, games are like that. It's not necessarily fun to watch, I guess. Maybe, I don't know. I would find it fun to watch, but I'm weird like that. There's one back there. Still quite a distance from here, isn't it? Not a huge fan of that. Oh, we've got the colours there. We could make a whole bunch and then feed them all the way in and do the second stage down here. I'm up for that. Let's give that a go. We're going to make them over here. So we need 2 sets of mines there. Guess same thing. Yeah. 2 sets, so 2 sets of... do I? Let's just make half as much. We need to make purple windmills twice. Yeah. That's fine. Oh, I can make more though, can't I? Do I want to? I'm still working on 6 items a second. I don't need to. I could work on 8 items a second. Let's try and go for that. Unless... no, I don't want to go because we're going to increase our extraction and our cutting, I want to build on the basis of 6 items a second, because then when these upgrade, it'll balance itself again, or close to it. So yeah, we want to go with the numbers we've been doing recently. We copy a colour mixers that we've just done up here. Move that and bring it over. Wherever really, go there, and we need it twice. One line of blue in there, and one in, try and do a straight line, one in there, and then the red. One in there, and that one goes under there. That'll make us 2 lines of purple. So now I want one of our middle dyeing sections. Being able to copy paste does speed things up a hell of a lot. Big fan of that. So which is which? That's the colour, so that, let's go with there and there. That colour in there. One them round. That into there. That should make us the 2 lines of purple windmills. And we want to bring them wherever really. We can pull the white out, just like this line out or something. Let's go to there. Okay, so we're going to go behind that patch of red. Just convenient enough with where we are. There-ish. Obviously, if I'm just set up, if it's easy to just extend or take away from those machines for a better balance, yeah. Been down too far. As far as it's easier to extend or take away, yeah. We'll see. But yeah, I don't know. We still got like, yeah, a full belt or 6 items a second of whatever, squares, or these stars, for example. We've fed in 50,000 of the 7 we need. Instead of making the cyan one separately, we could have split off and shared it a bit. Could have made more sense. I'm going to leave that there, and if we run short I can always just flick it over or something. Half an idea. Now we need to do the stacking. Is that? Yeah. Oh, that's facing the wrong way, I guess. Maybe... oh, that'll be okay. Fit it around these. Oh no, they're coming from different directions. I'll flip some of them around, that's fine. We want to put... first of all, we want to put the white onto the purple. Just have to wiggle it around a bit to fit that in that gap. That's fine. That's going to change around. Zero, thank you very much for the extra bits. Appreciate that very much. And for the follow. Thank you. Got to head out. Good luck. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. I'm certainly going to need the luck. But thank you for your input. Really have enjoyed learning a bit more about the game, so love that. I hope I'll stream it more in the future. You'll be able to come join in again. Be really nice. But whatever you got to do with the rest of your day, hope you have a good one, man. Hope it's good. Okay, so white one needs to go into there. Do that a bit neater somehow. Do it down the end here. Wiggle it around the corner. And then a purple one is going in there. And we get... That doesn't look right. It's not right. It's nowhere near right. We've got entirely the wrong shape to begin with. There. Damn. Okay, that's fine. We can fix this. We need the windmill of this, which is why we wind up double. No. We need to do double again. Wow. Okay. Okay. That's a hell of a job. We need to be cutting them, getting rid of the square bits, rejoining, and so on. Fine. It's 4 cutters each. So that one can forward bit. Into there. And yep, so bottom one goes in the bin. Rotate half of them. Sure. And then rejoin them. And then those belts can join back up. I can use a compact one there, can't I? One belt in, one belt out. Doesn't look like it's happening fast enough. It's probably the stackers, of course. Oof. Okay. Rotate them two and not them. I'll tell you what. Let's get the next run. Gonna need to leave a little gap. And then we'll rotate all of these and join them onto a belt, I guess. And not rotate these, join them onto a belt. So we've got the 2 halves we need. Cool. Then we need to fuse them together, which is this, I think. There's somewhere we can do it that way around. Can we? Yep. Doesn't matter which is which. No. Do that. Let's change the output to be the other way around. Is that right? Yeah, full belt of each size makes of each side makes a full belt of the finished thing. I guess. Seems fine. Then we want to do the whole thing again. I've accidentally copied something over there. We do it in parts. We're going to copy that to be there. And then they're going to go into that. Try not to make too much of a mess as I fiddle around it. Copy that to there. Is that right? Yeah, it's lined up. And we end up with 2 belts of this shape. The correct shape this time. Okay. Do the cutting, do the rejoining. Seems good, seems correct. Could lay it out differently, but that's fine. I'm happy with that. Let's send that. Okay. Not that far, into here. Of course. That one into there. And that one into there. And that'll turn them purple. We've got 2 lines of purple correct shapes coming this way now. There's that issue solved. get rid of them bins. We actually want to keep it now. So that's stage 1. And then finished one from that needs to go on the other one, the left. And we stamp a windmill on top of that. Could do it the other way around, I guess. You could stamp the windmill on top of the white circle and then stamp that on top of the other one. Which is interesting. But this way also works, I hope. I mean, we'll find out in a minute. And I just want to turn that around this time. We're going to join it onto there. And if we later want to flick over and get more blueprint pieces, we can just do that and it will run through instead of these. Which is, you know, an option. Okay, so we get this shape with the white circle. And then we add it on the top. Looks like the right thing. Kind of. We need it to reach the hub to confirm. If that number goes up, then we're good. Fingers crossed then. It's good, we might wrap up the stream there. I didn't want to do a particularly long one today with 3 hours in. I'm pretty happy with that. And I've had a really good time with it. But it is a game that pushes your brain, I guess. Don't want to go too long with it. I'll be quite happy with it. This length of stream and what we've achieved, which is insane how far you can get in the time like that. But then at this point it is slowing down a hell of a lot. Not surprising. That's good. 6 items per second and we need to get 25,000 of them, so it's going to take a while, but they are feeding in now. We're getting fewer blueprint parts, but I think a stock of 42,000 is going to last us a while, so I'm happy on that front. With everything else that's coming in. I want to condense some of the other belts down as well, as we've got more shapes to make. But we can deal with that when we bring the next shape in, I guess. I'm happy that that's working. So we're almost to the extraction upgrade. We're a long way from the cutting upgrade and then even further from the mixing upgrade, but they are ticking along. Okay. While they're ticking along, we could work on... I'm making an assumption, the way that all the machines have balanced so far, that they're going to upgrade and we won't need to add any in if we just work on our current ratios. They'll just upgrade to the next, but that could be very wrong. So it might be worth working on the extra shape in the belt level instead of the watermelon until we get those upgrades. Or I could just leave the game running for a very long time to to get those unlocks before we give the watermelon a go. Not that it's pretty simple compared to what we've just done. That's a pretty simple one. Should be kind of fun. We'll see, but I think I will actually leave that for a future stream, as I am feeling about time. It's either a break or we wrap up the stream, and I'm happy to wrap up here. So how do I save? Is it auto? Ah, there's a little icon. I'll click that. Game has been saved. Perfect. Perfect. Thank you very much for joining me today. Those who did, I mean, we mentioned it a short while ago. It's not a game that's going to be particularly popular on Twitch, or I doubt on YouTube either at all. There'll be some big fans who will enjoy watching, so thank you very much, you guys, for watching, and anyone else who is trying it out anyway. Appreciate it. Appreciate the guys who did stop by, who've lurked, who've chatted. Them bits from Zero, really appreciate that very much. I've had a very fun day, even if it is a short one. I'll be back streaming tomorrow. We're going to do another full day of Minecraft is the plan, you know, provided I wake up and feel okay. I'll have some breakfast, then we'll hop back on the Minecraft server and do a ton of building all day long. Hopefully. I do enjoy that a lot, so it should be a nice chill time, quiet chill time maybe. We'll come back to Shapez at some point, probably next week, I'd say. I'm not entirely sure what I'm doing on Saturday. My current mood is to do some recording for something YouTube specific, but I don't know what. Or we might just stream, but it'll probably be something else. So I would imagine we'll come back to do some more shapes this time next week. You know, we'll see. I'm trying to put together a schedule. I like having a schedule, but I'm also trying to be more flexible at the same time, so you can't really do both. So I don't know how that's going to shake out. We'll see. In any case, we will do some more because it is fun. Hard work, but real good fun. So we'll come back for more shapes in the future, definitely. Let us find someone to raid. It's a bit earlier than usual. We'll see who's on. Just raid off and someone to hang out for the evening. I'll need an early one if we're going to stream all day tomorrow. So, oh, there's loads of people on it this time. Great. Who should we see? Can see Combat Duty. He's doing more Void Train. I like the look of Void Train, actually, the more we see it. And of all those options, I would be quite happy just to go hang out with Combat Dude again, see some Void Train. I think it's all good there. Get through the ads again. Oh, that looks good. Look at the little preview, don't you, in the corner. He's there. It's not been going that long, so I guess he's hanging out. That's cool. We'll do that raid. Just get through the ad so that I can hear what he says when we land. And of course, as usual, whatever you guys are up to next, the rest of your days, I hope you have a good one. Hope it's a good time. And that you can, yeah, come join us for future streams or watch the videos in the future. You know, don't forget to like and subscribe and follow, and every single button you can find, click it. All the usual. But mostly, have a good day, and yeah, we'll see you soon.